If not, try again some other day. Yeah, there we go. Wow, it is early. Hey guys, good. You can hear me now. Hey, what's up, England over in West Yorkshire? What's up, Dave? Cool shots. Good to see you guys here this Wednesday morning. Wow, I'm getting some pictures in from ay ay ay, another gnarly storm situation morning over here in the U.S. We'll talk about it later. I was just seeing who's up today. Good morning, Moon Fairy. What's up? Thank you for the likes, guys. Yeah, it's early, 5:49 over here in Arizona, but I've been up since 4:30-ish, around in there. Yeah, Grand Rising. What do you guys think about all this chaos at the airports? We were just at an airport. Uh, what's today? Week and a half ago, and there were no lines, thankfully, not like what we're seeing now. Seeing lines clear out into the parking lot. What's up, South Carolina? Good morning, Brian. 10-1 in England, huh? Okay. Oh, God. Speaking of England, what's going on over there in England? I'm seeing some videos from the UK of, uh, how do I say it? Good morning, South Carolina. How do I say it without saying it? Dave, what's going on over in the UK, man? Talk to me. I'm seeing stuff that's going down in the streets, protesting. I don't know. Looks like a little bit of dysfunction over in England. Is that true? You guys having some situations over there? Hey, Paige, good morning, Louisiana. Oh, it's all gone? Good. Yeah, daylight savings time coming up. You're right. We don't do that here in Arizona. Uh, no, we don't change our time at all. Nope. Oh boy. Let's go hang out for a minute. I'll start working here in, I don't know, 15 minutes. I'm just going through email and pictures right here, guys, is what I'm doing. But my hair's wild, which I don't care. I'm tired. Freaking tired is what I am. Like another tornado there. Gee, Merry Christmas. Ooh, tornado in central Illinois, northern Indiana. Holy mackerel. Okay. Lots of tornadoes last night. Yeah. Yeah, I heard that over in England. Some bad stuff happening in the streets. I apologize for my voice. Yeah, and it looks like that stuff's migrating over here to the United States. What's up, Kaylan DeBoy? Good morning, Karen from Alberta, Canada. I get a lot of good pictures out of Alberta. I do, I do, I do. Thank you, Dave. Nah, man, I didn't sleep worth a crap last night. I woke up at midnight, actually 12:30. No, actually, what time did I wake up? 11:45, some weird time. So I don't know, I've been kind of fighting a cold since yesterday, and got up, went out and just to watch TV on the recliner. Fell back to sleep. It's a big, comfortable one, kind of propped up a little bit, which helped. Then I woke up at 4:30, 4:40, and I'm like, dang, I was wide awake. So I'm up. Hey, what's up, Melbourne, Australia? It's all good. TC Money 13, Sally M from Melbourne, Australia. Good to see you guys here. Thanks for hanging out with me this early Wednesday morning. I'm usually up early, but not quite this early. But this is what I do, guys. When I get up in the morning, come in here. This is my office. This is where I hang out right here. This is what I do. Go through email here, Dropbox over here. So if you guys send things in, that's where I get it. Good morning, Cajun Red out of Oklahoma. Moon Fairy, you need vitamins? Yeah, you're right. I took vitamin C before bed last night. South Florida, been there. Lived in Florida for a few years. Loved it, actually. Hmm. Yeah, I was in Central Florida. I liked Central Florida. I like Southern Florida too. I like Florida. Yeah, Florida's a good state. Yep. Good morning, TC Money from Northern California. I got something out of Northern California the other day. Super Michelle 1114 from Redding, California. What the heck was it? Uh, got all kinds of folders here I go through. Something from Redding, California. What did I get? I don't know. It's in one of these 10 folders I have. I'll find it. Oh, you're near Stewart? I've been there. Yeah. Yeah. I have. I like Florida. Looking at this map real quick, guys. There was a looked like a severe tornado. Oh my gosh, in central Illinois. I used to live there. Lived in Florida too. Holy crap. Ay, ay, ay. Severe weather through the Central Plains. It's going to be a long spring, I think, over here in the States. It looks like it's going to be an active tornado season, active hurricane season for you down there in the Tampa, Kelly, and young lady from Southern Florida, Kaylin DuBois. You guys can see an active hurricane season this year. Yeah, yeah, you could. Here's why. You want to see why? Do you really want to see why? Kaylin, you've lived in Stewart for over 20 years. Oh, you're now in Vero Beach. Okay. Melbourne, been there. Yep, there's a skydiving center in Melbourne. Cajun Red. Yeah, yeah, I know that the tornadoes in Illinois. Um, saw one. I saw one form right in front of me. Man, this was back in 1995. I was driving my truck down a two-lane highway, and there was a cloud just in front of me, several miles away. But all of a sudden, there was a dark cloud. A vortex just dropped down out of the cloud and it was coming right at me. I'm like, holy crap! So I pulled underneath a train overpass, which they don't recommend. I didn't know what else to do because I saw other cars pulling under there as well. So we sat there as the tornado went past us, and our vehicles were going up and down, side to side. They were being moved around, not dramatically, but you could feel the wind inside your vehicle moving your car, my truck. Yeah, I saw it hit a house. It was like when it hit the house, because I followed it a little bit. Um, uh, I knew it was a safe bet because it was moving to the northeast and I was driving due east. I was behind it. I saw it hit a farmhouse and it was like if you had a palm full of black pepper, and you went like that. The shingles, the house just went like that. Unreal. Okay, guys, here's what's up. You can see what's up? Here's what's up. Here is what is up. Okay, here's how we, at least us guys on YouTube, me personally, here's how we know if it's going to be a active hurricane season. I used to have a lot of traction in the hurricane world. They kind of threw me under the bus, but when it comes to hurricanes and hurricane hunting and all that, I do know what I'm talking about. And I say that very humbly. It's just I've got 20 years experience, so I know a little bit about them. Okay, here we go. It's all about numbers. These are what you're looking at are the ocean. Let me show you. Ocean Nino Index. Okay, this is what you go by. See this chart right here? That's the tail of the tape. Okay, that tells you what's up. But this is where we're at right here. Okay, see that right there? That's where we're at right now, today. We're talking about hurricane season. Okay, watch this. I'll just leave it right here. Here you go. So we're going to scroll down. These are all the years that they've kept track of the El Nino La Nina phenomena. Okay, starting back in 1950. Let's go down to today. Okay, 25, 2026. See those numbers? That's in between El Nino and La Nina. And that's actually considered a weak La Nina. If you go back in time, okay, and this is what we do, history repeats itself, so we go back in time a little bit, right? Let's go back to 2017. Check it out. The numbers match. They're similar. Right in here, they start to drop off. Negative 19, 18, 31, negative 40, negative 50, negative 55. Wow. So they're very similar, just like the graph up here. This graph shows a weak La Nina. 2017 right here, weak La Nina. They're almost identical. So does that mean we're going to have an identical hurricane season like we had in 2017? There's a very good possibility. Very good possibility. So that's this is a pretty this is a I don't know what the word I'm looking for, scientific way to look at a hurricane season without going and looking at any data. Look at that right there. Just look at the numbers. The numbers will tell you what type of hurricane season they're going to have. So that's where it's at. It could be a busy hurricane season. You remember Francis and Jean? I do too, Lynn. I was right in the middle of both of them. Yep, I was in the middle of Charlie. Uh, oh, really, Moon Fairy? Yeah, that's scary. I know, right? Lee Kelly Evans, right on. Yeah, I saw that hurricane look like a horizontal ice cream cone, and it went like that and touched the ground. And I'm like, I can't believe I just saw that. And this was actually, it was pre-cell phone, right? Cell phones were just kind of starting to become a thing. Nothing like a smartphone that we have today. Um, so yeah, nah, I didn't get a video of it. If it would have happened today, yeah, I'd got a video of it. Um, pretty wild, pretty wild. That was the only one I'd ever been. Oh yeah, Kelly. Oh, check against the 2024 or 2004. You got it. You got it. Okay, good idea. Let's look. Okie dokers. Woo! Look at that. Right there. Oh 04. See these numbers right here? They're in the black. Just on the weak La Nina side. They're all black. Like down here, where we're at right now. All black. But possibly a little stronger. Are you serious? So you got the same situation. Same setup as oh 04 and 17. You just saw it right there. You just saw a trick of the trade. How about that? And because you got up early this morning and because you joined me this morning, I showed you a little trick of the trade right there. Yeah, these guys on these TV channels that talk about the weather and stuff like that. This is what they do right here. This is how they give you the forecast. This is how they know it in advance right here by looking in the past. I'm looking at previous El Nino La Nina phases right here. That's what I'm looking at. Going back 75 years. Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. See this graph right here? Just look at the hurricane season and connect the dots. That's all you got to do. '04 was right in here. See, it's got a little bit of a dip down. This is where we're at here, and this is where we were at in 2017. 2017 produced Irma, produced Harvey. '04 produced Francis. Well, let's see, Charlie, Francis, Jean. Um, yeah, it was pretty wild. Hurricane Charlie kind of tore things up, and then Francis came through and they put everybody on a curfew. Shit, everything was already tore up by then. Good morning, Frog, Dan Frog from South Carolina. Yeah, it is spot on with oh 04 Kelly. You're right. So just looking at those numbers, that tells us right now this hurricane season could be one for the record books. So what can be predicted? Lots of hurricanes. Yeah, lots of hurricanes. Now, here's the tricky part. This graph that you just saw and these numbers that you just saw are solid. They're very solid. Okay. Um, when these numbers are in these capacities, that means that conditions are going to be favorable during the hurricane season for the formation of hurricanes. The tough part is where and when they'll make landfall. That's the thing. They're going to form, okay? They're going to form, but where and when will they make landfall? That's the million-dollar question. But we'll probably see a lot form, absolutely. See how much of this is in the mix, though. See, it's already starting. That right there, that's Sahara sand. See, it's starting. By summertime, the sun is right here at the equator right now. By the time the sun gets up into here, the sun will go all the way up to here by June 21st. The sun will stop right here on its journey to the north. It'll stop right here. When the sun reaches this point, which is 23.5, 23.6 north, the dust will be flying fast and furious. It'll make the journey all the way across. So, more than likely, the majority of the hurricanes will form in, if I had to guess, based off of this, in the Caribbean Sea or the Gulf of Mexico. Right, that's the thing, Moon Fairy. Don't mess around with storm surge. I used to ride the storms out, absolutely. I mean, I looked at it like this. Hurricane Charlie made landfall 150 miles from me. To be honest, I thought the storm would weaken to a tropical storm. Man, it came blazing through my location as a cat 2. So it was impressive, yeah. But the storm surge, man, don't mess with storm surge. Now, you can get away from the winds and stuff like that, but good old rule of thumb, interior room with no glass. But don't mess with storm surge. Oh, you went back to the Keys after Gene. That was a wild year. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Yeah, I moved out of Florida too, not long after that. I like Florida. I love Florida, but moved out for other reasons, not because of the hurricanes. Yeah, I welcomed them, bring them on, because you know me, I'm a storm chaser, man. I chase them from my laptop. So if I got a chance to chase one, you know I'm going to do it. You just know I'm going to do it, and I will. No problem. Uh, I'm just looking for something here, guys. I'm sorry. Where's it at? There it is. It's one of the satellites I used. Yeah, I had a hell of a rough night. Woo. And here's where there were tornadoes last night. Right here. There's a line right here of convection popped off. Well, the Cape Index was through the roof last night from South Texas right there, where they had 4 inch hail all through there. The Cape, that's exactly where it formed. McCord, I saw that at 4 o'clock and knew it was going to happen. There's a frontal boundary here, and it was right on the money right there. The Cape was through the roof, tornadoes here. And I haven't had a chance to research where else yet, but that was last night. I posted something, I think it was on Facebook somewhere about the storms coming. What did I do with it? Oh yeah, I saved it. Here it is. And here's how I knew the storms were coming. Another trick right here. This is a map I looked at yesterday at 4 p.m. This was the Cape Index, the forecasted Cape Index for yesterday evening. And as you can see, these dark burgundy colors represent intense Cape. Cape goes up to 5,000 on its scale. It was pushing 5,000 here. The darker burgundies was pushing a numerative of 5,000. That's almost guaranteed very stormy activity. So that was yesterday through the Central Plains, and that's why those forms, yeah, matches nearly perfect. There they are. So, yeah, I know a little bit about the weather. I've been doing it for a long time, but I don't really talk about it much anymore, unless it's something pretty dramatic. And then, of course, I got you guys' back. Absolutely. Yep. I don't know. I just don't talk about it too much anymore. Not that I don't follow it, 'cause I do. Mount Kilauea woke up yesterday, threw one heck of a fit. It's quiet now. It's quiet now. Thank you, Moon Fairy. Yeah, once the day gets going, I'll get up here and have some. I already had a cup of coffee. I'll probably have a cup of tea, maybe some soup here in a little bit. Yeah, my wife and son had it, and still kind of have it, and I didn't get it for like a week, and I'm like, well, maybe I already had it, you know. Um, but I guess not. Pretty wild. Always something like with these airports. Have you seen the lines at these airports? Are you serious? Wow, lines going all the way out into parking garages. Got a picture of a tornado over there. Somebody saying it. Yeah, Cape is the um, available energy. I'm sorry, Moon Fairy, Andrea. Cape, CPE is what it is. Capital C, capital A, capital P, capital E. And it's a meteorological term for available atmospheric energy. And that boundary that I showed you was loaded with available atmospheric energy. This is another little trick of the trade, if you will. When you see that cape, that's cape. That's called cape. Available atmospheric energy right through here. And that's where the storms are going to be. And when there's a lot of cape, that means there could be a lot of wind, large, very large hail. They were anticipating 4 inch hail west of San Antonio because the Cape was so off the charts. And it was off the charts up in Missouri, central Illinois, eastern Oklahoma. So that's what the Cape is, the available energy to crank up storms. There's a thing called the lifted index. The lifted index, if it's elevated, if it's real high in a specific area, that means there's a good chance for convection. It's like with Cape, there's always a chance with convection with Cape. Convection is rotation. Rotation can turn into hurricane, or not hurricanes. I'm thinking about hurricanes. Can turn into tornadoes. Yeah, absolutely. I've studied it for a long time, guys. So I won't give you a weather report unless I know what I'm talking about. My reports, like any other weather forecast, can and will change. But if I give it to you in a video format, that means it's probably done changed all it's going to. Um, yeah, because we want to get those right. We want to get them right. Yeah, at least do the best we can. So yeah, get ready to go through email, guys. That's what I do first thing in the morning. You're seeing what I do. Hey, Loretta, you're welcome, Moon Fairy. It seems like it's complicated, but again, just like I showed you that graph regarding hurricanes, it all goes back to numbers. Those numbers tell a story. If you can interpret the numbers, the story that it tells you is how the weather is going to behave, over the next 12 hours, 24 hours. Like that long range hurricane forecast, it's numbers. If you read the numbers, they're telling you a story. They're usually telling you a story about the past, and the past typically repeats itself. So that's how you arrive at those forecasts. They just look at the past. That's all they do. They're not psychic. They don't have a crystal ball. They look at numbers. That's all they do. Yeah, they look at numbers. Oh, you know what, Moon Fairy, Andrea? I did a I did a video back in 2017 about the possibility of Hurricane Irma forming before Hurricane Irma formed. And you know how I learned that Hurricane Irma might be a thing was through the numbers that I just showed you, the Cape, the available energy out in the Atlantic, um, and the possibility of the storm forming and making the trip from West Africa all the way to the United States. I knew it was a possibility, and this was one of the very few long range forecasts that I went ahead and did a video about because I was confident that there's not going to be any wind shear in the way. Conditions were going to be smooth sailing for the formation of this possible Cat 5, and it did form. Um, and I had a guy tell me that he saw my video about Irma, the because I knew the next storm was going to be named Irma, and he thanked me because he moved his mother off of an island in the Virgin Islands that took a near direct hit from Hurricane Irma. And he said it took out his mom's home because she lived close to the coast and it saved his mom's life. He moved his mom off the island and he thanked me. And I'm like, wow, I was very humbled. So it did make a difference in his life and his mom's life. So and he said he didn't see it anywhere else but on YouTube through my channel because I didn't see it on any weather channels. They weren't talking about it. In fact, I got ridiculed for even mentioning the fact that Irma could become a Cat 5. I got people were talking down to me, being condescending until it became a Cat 5. And then they wanted to sit up there and say, oh, we have our first Cat 5 in 10 years in the Atlantic Basin. Well, you were putting me down for talking about it about 5 days ago. Now you're all talking about taking the credit for it. I don't need the credit. I'm just glad I was able to help that man and his mother. That's a true story. Yeah. And we got a picture here of a tornado last night. I'll share it with you guys. Just keep me. I think I got some other ones too. Man, this thing looks pretty gnarly. Holy cow. Here we go. Here it is. Look at this. Yeah, how about that? Indiana last night. That's what you call some cape. Whoa, talk about available energy. There it is. Yeah, it it happened. Hopefully everybody was okay. That looked like a big one. Yes, Loretta. You're welcome, Andrea. Hey, what's up, Arizona? Yeah, last night was busy, wasn't it? Yeah, forecasting can save lives, you know? Yep. Yeah, YouTube holds those videos back for some reason now. So that's why I don't really do a whole lot of weather forecasting videos because they get held back. Oh, wow. If I know they're gonna, if I feel that it can help somebody, then yeah, I'll definitely do them. But as far as me doing, daily, I don't do them. Not daily. Not at all. Yeah, there was probably hail in that storm system. You're right. It was like it had that greenish color to it. That's what Hurricane Charlie looked like from the top. I remember Hurricane Charlie coming at me, this big ridge, this big ledge up in the sky, and it was that color. It was that color of bluish green right there, the top of Hurricane Charlie. Yeah, just that part right there. And man, it was probably up in the air. That was the top part of Charlie, not down low like that. Um, 20,000, 30,000 feet. Yeah, Hurricane Charlie had that same color. Pretty wild. Everybody thought Hurricane Charlie was going to go into Tampa. Oh, it's going to Tampa. It's going to Tampa. So everybody freaked out, which, they evacuated. They were just doing what they were told. Hurricane Charlie missed Tampa. And so many people, which understandably so, they were just following the forecast. They came inland from Tampa to get away from the coast, and you should always get away from storm surge, potential storm surge. Absolutely. Don't mess with that. Um, and they came into Orlando, and the storm hit Orlando, missed Tampa. So they'd have been better off if they'd have just stayed in Tampa. I was there. I have t-shirt. I know, right? They did make t-shirts about those storms. They sure did. All three of those hurricanes crossing Orlando. You're right. What's up, South Bend? Yeah, I know it was crazy. I'm looking at a photo right now from Indiana over here. Um, it looks like there's no power. In fact, speaking of no power, yep, sure enough, tornadoes caused power outages last night. Indiana, 12,000, Illinois, 12,000, Texas, 10,000. Power outages from the high winds. Yep, I believe it, man. Oklahoma City tornadoes right above you. Wow. Thanks for sharing, C. Gilmore. I forgot their names. Oh, yeah, you're talking about Charlie, Moon Fairy. That was back in '04. Charlie went into Punta Gorda, which I think is just north of Fort Myers. But it was headed towards, they said, oh, it's going to make landfall in Tampa. No, it never went anywhere near Tampa. Turned into Punta Gorda and then ripped right up into Orlando as a cat, too. Yeah, Blue Tarp City. Yeah, you're right there, Arizona. There were blue tarps all across Florida for the longest time. You're right. People made t-shirts. You're right. They sure did. I remember the evacuations. Um, Nobody evacuated other than Tampa during Charlie, and then that ended up being incorrect. A guy drove over to Orlando in his brand new car, brand new car. He's like, I'm getting out of Tampa. So he drives his brand new car over to Orlando, thinking it's going to be safe. His car got destroyed by a tree that fell on it over in Orlando. He said I'd have been better off staying in Tampa. But that's the thing, these hurricanes can be unpredictable. What's up, Carlos? Oh, Ian, Hurricane Ian. Oh my gosh, yeah, Hurricane Ian. Uh, yeah, yeah, Hurricane Ian was a big deal in Fort Myers. Yeah, you're right. I think that was recently, wasn't it? Like 21 or something like that. Yeah, the old blue tarps. The blue tarps were all over the place. It's a quick fix. I remember the roofing companies coming down to Florida after the storms. Man, guys were coming over from Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Missouri, West Virginia, Virginia. They all convened down in Florida to fix roofs. They made a lot of money. Yeah, they sure did because there were tens of thousands of homes that needed new roofs. There you go, Arizona. Charlie, Francis, Ivan, and Jean in that order, I believe. Hello, Donna from Idaho. What's up? Yeah, a few years ago, that was Ian, I believe, that went into Fort Myers. Um, I think it was between a Cat 4 and a Cat 5 at landfall. So yeah, more than likely it's going to be a busy hurricane season, guys. So just plan on it, prepare for it. If it is, it is. If it's not, it's not. It's best to prepare and not need it than to not prepare and need it. I remember going out buying stuff before Hurricane Charlie. Once they determined, because this is before all the apps and stuff on your phone, when you could basically track hurricanes from your phone. Smartphones were just coming out, I think, or maybe on the verge of coming out. But I remember watching it on the TV monitor, and I'm like, man, it looks like that thing's going to turn into the Southwest Florida, not Central Florida. They're like, no, it's not going to turn. I'm like, well, it kind of looks like it could. It did end up turning early. So it was right after that. We're like, yo, the path changed. It moved inland. So we went and got some non-perishables, some water, some tuna, some crackers, some fruit, things like that. And we lost power for maybe 5 seconds where I was at. But I had friends that were without power for a month, a whole month. And then I had friends that were without power for 2 weeks. A lot of training pilots out of Mesa about a half hour ago. Okay, Moon Fairy, thank you. Yeah, the picture I posted earlier was about the lines at these airports. People are saying they're waiting 4 and 5 hours just to get to their gates. That's wild. All this bicker and stuff like that, it ends up affecting, ordinary citizens just trying to live life. Isn't that something? And the people that cause this, they're not affected by it because they're flying around on private jets that are paid for by us. So make that make sense. Yeah, make that make sense. I think I'm looking at a picture right now over here of the tornado in northern Indiana. We'll talk about it today in the live stream. Absolutely. You're right, Andrea. It's disappointing. They sure have. Very, very, very disappointing. People standing in lines that are unbelievably long. World travelers that are stuck in these lines saying they've never seen anything like it anywhere in the world. And Wow. That's all you can do is just say, wow. You would think, Kaylan, that's usually what happens to everybody else, right? I don't know. But I guess the holdup is this whole voter ID thing. Why is that a holdup? Why is that a big deal? You know what I mean? You have to have an ID to check into a hotel. Why would you run around with no ID? And why is that an issue? Everybody should have an ID. That's what I don't understand. But because there's some people that think that people shouldn't have an ID, now we've got 5 hour long lines at airports. And, maybe there's more to it than that. I don't watch the news, so I don't know. This is just what I've heard. But the holdup is there's certain groups of people that don't think voter ID is a good thing, and there's some that do. I'm over it. I'm over it. I don't care. Whatever. But I do think you should have an ID. Good morning, Jeffrey. Oh, yeah, they don't need ice at the polling stations. No, no, I don't think so. But I think you should, at the very least, the minimum requirement is to have an ID. You couldn't go over to uh, another country and vote in their elections, could you? Do you think they might ask you for an ID? Pretty good chance they would. If you just happen to be in a country that's having an election and you're over there on vacation, you just walk up to their polling booth and cast your vote, and nobody challenges you for your ID. Come on, man, that's pretty basic. You know what I mean? That is basic, 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 bare bones minimum. If you're gonna vote, you're gonna do anything, have an ID. You gotta have an ID to buy beer. Duh. Let's stand in 5 hour long lines at airports because we're gonna bicker over it. Well, if you believe that if these people believe you don't need an ID to vote, then maybe they don't believe you need an ID to buy beer or drive a car, you know, or check into a hotel. Just check in on your own recognizance. Yeah, my name's Joe. Okay, Joe, thanks. You have to have an ID. Thank you there, Tamara. Yeah, I know. I'm gonna get on that here in a minute. To be honest, I had kind of a rough night. Didn't get much sleep. I mean, I slept, but it was definitely interrupted. Um, yeah, pretty wild. Pretty wild. So what I'm gonna do is go get some tea. I don't make it as good as my wife does, but she's not up yet. So I'll go try to whip it up. Yeah, that usually helps. I had a cough drop. I'm all out. Yep, all out. Gotta get another one. Yeah, you're right there, Andrea. Thank you, Barry. Same to you, man. I just think at the bare minimum, you should have some form of ID at all times. That's one thing I've always taught my kids. You never leave house without your license. So if you're going to go vote in a country's election, I think at the very least you should have some form of ID, even if it's not a driver's license. But what do I know? That's to me, that's just very common. That's just common sense. Like I said, you couldn't go over to another country and participate in their elections if you're over there on vacation. What you gonna do? Just walk up, say, "Hey, I'm here to vote. Do you have an ID?" "Oh no, I don't need one." You know, you're right. No, they're gonna ask you for an ID, and if you don't have one, they're gonna say, "Beat it," because you're not a member of their country. So pretty basic. And I'm not a Republican or a Democrat. I'm just a person that tries to go by a common sense based theme. That's all. Man, I'm getting some pictures are coming in, guys, of the. No way. Are you serious? Oh my gosh. I'm gonna share this picture with you guys. Oh wow. Oh, Joshua sent this picture, and this is from. Whoa. Oh my gosh. This is from. Hold on. I'll let you guys. I'll share it with you guys right now. Um, I believe Michigan. Wow. Oh God. Okay, I don't know if you're ready for this. My gosh. There you go, guys. Look at that. That's out of Michigan, I believe. Or at least the gentleman that shared it with me is out of Michigan. Those are some very high winds. You can tell those trees are stripped down to nothing. The trees are bare, what's left of them. Holy cow. That's terrible. Oil of oregano. Thank you, Moon Fairy. Andrea, I'll try it. I know that I just got that picture. A guy by the name of Joshua sent it in. He saw the tornado that hit Southwest Michigan a couple days ago. And I think these are photos from Southwest Michigan from a couple days ago when they had severe storms up there. Still got pictures coming in. Wow. Oil of oregano. Okay. Thank you. I'm gonna go fix some tea. And I'm a little bit hungry, but I think I'm gonna just kind of skip breakfast. Yeah, I look like an EF4 or 5. You're right there, Super Michelle. Yep, I'd say you're exactly right. Yep. Wow. Okay. Thank you, Moon Fairy. I will. What I'm gonna do is stick to. I'm gonna go make myself a tea right now. Because my voice is kind of waning again. My wife made one last night. Some sort of apple, cinnamon, honey type of tea. It's really good. It's really good. So I'm gonna go make one of those and get this under control. Try to, and then we'll get back on later. I've got a live to do this afternoon. So yeah, I'll Google it. Listen, thanks guys. I'm gonna hop off here for now. Good to see you. Thanks for hanging out with me. We'll do it again another day. All right. Thanks for watching. Have a super day, and as always, be safe out there.